I have been talking to so many people all across the country, and everyone's trying to figure out, what can we learn from this? Where are the places where we actually got it right? And how can we change so that we can win elections? Because when we lose, everybody loses. So these are the conversations I've been having. And we have to do two things at the same time. We have to rebuild our party, and we have to reconnect with the working people across America who are experiencing a higher cost of living. That's what we need to do. That's always been the core of our party since FDR. It's really acknowledging that the most important place in America is a family's kitchen table. And we became a little bit untethered from that at the national level. But our politics is not the politics of fear. Our politics is the politics of hope, of making sure that working people can feed their kids, can send them to good schools, can retire with dignity and grace. Yeah. So those are the issues that we have to get back to. When we do, we win. Let me give you a few examples, since we're doing, and thank you for calling it, what did you call it? This is not a postmortem. We are not dead. We are going to come back.
Post-election analysis.
Post-election analysis, the after action. Our candidates left it all out on the field, and in some places we were successful. You know, I was talking to Sharif Street in Pennsylvania. I know they just called Senator Casey's election, or he conceded, and at the federal level, Pennsylvania, we were disappointed. We lost that state by 2 points. But at the state level, they kept all of their gains from these years past, so they didn't suffer any reversal in their state house. I was talking to the chair of Alaska. They flipped both of their legislative chambers in Alaska. And Hakeem Jeffries and his caucus were able to gain 6 seats in the House. So when we talk about jobs and opportunity and connect the dots in clear ways so that people can see we are making choices that make their family's future a thing to prefer rather than a thing to dread, then we win elections. And that's what we need to do.
So it sounds like what you're talking about might just be populism, if I could generalize it, something that Donald Trump has really tried to seize on. And I wonder if that means populism is really the only thing that is going to win elections in this modern era.
You know what I would call it? I would call it an economy that works for all of us.
And what's the difference between those descriptions?
And when we have an economy that works for all of us, the democracy supports it. It is very popular. So I guess the difference is this. Look, as a Democrat and a lifelong Democrat, I believe that our economy is not money. It's people. It's all of our people. And the greatness of our country comes from investing in our people and the hope that we see in the eyes of our children and making college more affordable instead of making income more inequitable. When our country worked very, very well and was the envy of the globe, it was because we were investing in a stronger and growing middle class. But we came away from that over the last 40 years. Now I hear the incoming president talking about money and Bitcoin, when instead what the American people want us to talk about is them, the reality around their kitchen table. I am a kitchen table progressive. If we don't deliver the goods of the republic that make a republic worth having, then our party has lost its way.
Yeah, we heard from so many voters during the campaign who told us that it was the kitchen table they wanted to talk about.
Absolutely.
The Democrats had veered into identity politics, and at least they knew Donald Trump had a good economy and no new wars. Those were the 2 lines that we kept hearing. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, I think people across our country actually have a lot more curiosity and interest in talking about our economy and how it works and how it can be made to work better for their home and their kitchen table than a lot of the pundits or the media consultants give them credit for. For example, when I was running for re-election in Maryland as governor, my own consultants told us people don't want it. They're still feeling bad. We're not all the way out of the recession. Don't talk about the economy because they're not feeling great. Just run scary negative ads about the other guy. And I said, hell no, we're not going to do that. We're going to talk about the things that people care about. And we made the economic argument, about the things we were doing to make our schools #1 in America, about making college more affordable, all the kitchen table issues, stopping foreclosures. And so, when we engage in an economic debate, people are actually with us. And interestingly, in a state like Missouri, get this, Missouri, up and down their ticket, they have elected officials who are Republicans and were elected. And yet at the referenda on Election Day, their people marched to the polls and they voted for reproductive freedom. Yep. They voted for an increase in the minimum wage, and they voted for paid family leave. So we have to be the party that makes life more affordable for hardworking people who have been worked over for these last 40 years by this false economics of concentrating power, concentrated monopolies, concentrating money in the hands of the few. Our economy is not money. It is people. And that's what we need to speak to as a party.